Hi, today we're going to talk about how we can help less fortunate nations combat water security.
One out of three people in the world don't have access to clean drinking water. In this presentation, we will discuss new emerging technologies in relation to clean water systems, specifically desalination and atmospheric water harvesting. These are systems that could be implemented in developing nations where access to clean water is a constant struggle. Oftentimes, this is due to either poor water quality or the salt levels being too high. We'll talk about how we can implement them in a cost-effective and sustainable manner. We will also examine why some countries struggle with accessing clean water. With the help of water management system and nanotechnology, we can improve the quality of water in struggling countries. Water management system is the control and movement of water resources which makes sure that no property of life is damaged. Irrigation water systems management systems make the most efficient use of limited water supplies for agriculture. Drainage management systems involve budgeting the water and observing how drainage systems operate in terms of efficiency. We can use nanotechnology to clean our water. Nanotechnology is the manipulation of physical matter on nearly atomic scale. The technology has allowed for many advancements in science and technology fields, such as medicine, energy, and materials/manufacturing. The structures that are produced through nanotechnology are artificially engineered and they affect the physical, chemical, and biological behavior of materials. Studies show that low solubility nanoparticles exhibit more toxic traits compared with the higher soluble counterparts. So using water harvesting systems, desalination, and then implementing smart water management systems and nanotechnology, we can clean the water in struggling nations.
Problem statement: providing access to clean water in developing countries. Access to clean water is a basic human right. About 10.6% of the world don't have access to clean drinking water. Although this might seem low, but that is still around 0.8 billion people worldwide. The figure might further increase if resources such as fresh water, water in rivers, lakes, etc. is not properly maintained or preserved. The population of cities have been increasing at a rapid rate, and as a result, the need for water, especially fresh water, is a major concern. Developing nations, where a large population growth is taking place, are lacking in their water and wastewater treatment. The reason for such an increase in population density is because people mostly tend to reside in cities because of better job opportunities, education, etc. So it's normal to assume that population of cities should continue to increase regardless, and little can be done about it. The problem is that the higher population, there is a higher need for water, especially fresh water. Clean water shortage is also a problem for rural areas where there is a lack of clean water that has plagued many remote areas for centuries. The water resources available continue to rapidly decline, with many existing water channels being burdened with industrial waste.
As discussed in the introduction, there are many ways to cleanse water. Two major ones are atmospheric water harvesting and desalination. Let's look at atmospheric water harvesting first. This method essentially captures water that already exists in the atmosphere. There is approximately 1.8 billion liters of water available for every person on Earth. A lot of it is trapped in the atmosphere. There are two types of water harvesters: passive and external energy harvesters. Passive systems don't require an energy input. For example, in 1969, fog harvesting, which is a strand of water harvesting, used two large plastic mesh cloths to harvest fog. No energy input means it's more economical. External harvesters extract moisture through condensation or absorption mechanisms. While they require energy, if the moisture level is high, then they're energy efficient. However, they tend to be less efficient when moisture is low. This makes them ideal in inland areas where moisture is high. Moving on to desalination, this is a method that removes salt from water. Considering 97% of all water on Earth is salt, this is very useful as we can't drink salt water. Let's have a look at the three different desalination technologies, namely thermal, chemical, and membrane based. Thermal is very energy and cost intensive, and it also contributes to more pollution. This method uses heating and cooling, otherwise known as distillation, to remove salt. Chemical desalination, on the other hand, uses many different methods to desalinate. The main one is ion exchange. This method uses a technology called electrodialysis to remove salt. However, just like thermal desalination, chemical emits higher amounts of CO2 emissions. Membrane-based desalination uses a technology called forward osmosis. It involves extracting water from areas of lower to higher osmotic pressure. This method also has very low CO2 emissions, is more cost effective, and less energy intensive. That is why this is the preferred method for lower income countries. It's more economically feasible for them, and also it would be easier to construct.
Unclean water is a leading cause of child mortality worldwide, and 2.2 billion people lack access to safely managed drinking water services. Here are some reasons why to choose clean water. Clean water enables sustainable development by meeting the needs of people today without depleting the resources of future generations. Clean water contributes to socio-economic development by sending children to school, reducing conflicts, and enabling community members to pro- prosper through business ownership and management. Water is essential to almost every aspect of energy production. Food production also needs clean water to prevent the food supply from being irrigated with contaminated water. Clean water improves community health and survival by providing healthier food, providing adequate hydration to the body, and reducing the illness caused by dirty water. Ecosystems are essential and necessary to promote the health, productivity, and sustainability of ecosystems. Clean water is essential for maintaining a healthy ecosystem.
In conclusion, water is a priceless gift for humanity by nature. Life isn't possible on Earth without water. Due to water scarcity, we need to save water and protect the environment, the life in it, and the world because of the difficulties faced by people in different areas. We need to save water for the proper supply of water for the future generation. We must stop the waste of water and use the water properly and should maintain the quality of water. Clean water is affecting the lives of people in a lot of other countries of the world in many ways. The lack of clean water is becoming a major problem. The big problem cannot be solved by people alone or by a group of some group by people of some groups. It is a problem for which people's effort meet the global level.